we struggle to live up to what's expected of us. Everyone's expected to do the same thing, go to college, to get a good paying job, to be able to raise a family, then retire, and enjoy what little time we have after. When you view life as a whole in that aspect, there's not much purpose besides just that. Especially when you're not where you want to be, when you thought you were going to be fine. It makes you feel like a failure. No one likes to feel worthless. We dream to be something great, but choose the most comfortable path in our career and everything we do because it's the easiest. It's easy to do just enough, to settle down for what we think is good enough because we want things to just work out. We don't like to take risks because we're afraid to fail. We're afraid that we're running out of time. And because we put so much time and effort into something, we just settle for it. You question if your friends are truly your friends. You're always there for them, but when you need them, they don't have time. It's inconvenient. They don't help and they can't help. We're all just trying to fit in. We're meant to feel like we belong to a certain group, to stand up for what we believe in and work towards a common goal. Everyone wants to be accepted for who they are and what they do. Most of us feel like we're just floating, not feeling like we belong in our friend group. We're just simply there rather than fitting in. You're not good at connecting with others because you're afraid of being badly received. You're conscious of everything you do and don't want to cause inconvenience or trouble for others. The person they see isn't you. You're afraid to be yourself because it might make someone uncomfortable. But it's not you. It's the people you hang out with. They're not the people you actually want to spend time with. You feel like you have nothing in common with them, but you want to feel like you belong. You're only friends with them because of your tolerance and because you tried. If you stopped and if you said how you really felt, y'all wouldn't be friends. You compromise your values and standards for acceptance. You can't continue to treat yourself like this. You have to treat yourself better because you deserve better. Just know, the older you get, the harder it is to find someone that understands you. It's not about just being around people anymore. It's about connection, wanting to build something for yourself, to accomplish something for yourself, and to do just that. You know people only care about what you can do for them. Stop focusing on other people and things you can't control. Focus on the things that you can control, what you can do to make things better, and work on that. Only then will you start to feel better. When you feel it's everyone else's fault, it makes you feel like you can't do a thing about your situation. It makes you feel hopeless, but you have more control than you think. When you look through the lens that you're in control, you give yourself hope because it's in your control. If you want to feel better, it's up to you. You have the potential to be better, and you know that. There's more that you could have done. You haven't tried your best. You haven't used all your resources. You're holding yourself back, and you know that, but you have to let it go. Let go of what's holding you back. It's not about the cards that you were dealt. It's about the moves you make. It's about what you do, what you can do to change the situation that you're in. You feel behind because you look at everyone around you, get into relationships. Everyone seems so happy, but that's only the part that they want to show you. People aren't going to show you when they're struggling in their relationship. They're only going to show you when they're having a good time. Not everything that you see is real. When you see everyone happy and they post their relationship on social media and you think their life is so perfect compared to yours, but then they break up out of nowhere and you wonder what happened. They seem so happy. I thought everything was going well, but things aren't always what you perceive them to be. They're not going to show you all their problems in their relationship. You don't know what they're going through. Their relationship could have trust issues. They could be struggling financially. Maybe they're always arguing because they struggle to communicate. Maybe they're just together, but they're not actually compatible. You only know what they want to show you. You know, our brain is weird in a sense of we only see how good other people are doing when we're comparing ourselves to them. But at the same time, we think so negatively about ourselves and the world. We pick and choose to see the good and to see how good everyone else is doing in comparison to us. But you can't always do that. Comparison is the thief of joy. It's not about where everyone else is at. They might be ahead of you in certain things, and you're going to be ahead of them in certain things. There's going to be things that you're good at, and there's going to be things that they're good at. No one's life is perfect. Everyone has their own problems. So when you think you're lost, you're not the only one. No one really knows where they're going. They just aim at something, take advantage of whatever opportunities come their way. And you're not as lost as you think you are. You know where you want to be, and you know what you need to do to get there. But you have to be willing to do the things to get to where you want to be. And it's going to be hard, but it's about coming up with an idea. But you can't just think. Because if all you do is think, all you have is thought. Actions is what gives you the results. So first you need to think to come up with an idea. But you need to bring that idea into reality. And to do it right, you need a plan. And once you have that plan, you have to take action. Only action is going to get you there. You can't think yourself to the destination. You have to take a step forward to get to where you need to be. And it's not going to be easy. There's going to be things that you don't expect, adjustments that you need to make. But life isn't about being set in your ways. It's about adapting to the situation that you're in, being prepared for whatever comes your way. Maybe that path is blocked off. You can take a different path. There's more than one way of achieving success, but only you can get there. No one can force you to do anything. You have to want to accomplish it yourself. You're always thinking about other people, doing nice things for them, and you forget about yourself. You have to love yourself and take care of yourself. It's not about looking outward. It's about being grateful for what you have. It's not always about the next thing and the next thing. You're so excited for that next thing, you forget to enjoy the things that you have. And when you do get that thing that you want, you're only happy for a day, and then you think about the next thing that you can get. You can't just chase happiness. You have to be happy where you are and be grateful for the things that you have. Only then will you start feeling happy, feeling proud of how far you've came. Think about all the struggles you had in life. You weathered the storm. Nothing was able to knock you down. And when it did, you got back up. That's how strong you are. And you have to be proud of that. It's easy to get caught up with things that don't matter. If it doesn't matter 5 years from now, then it doesn't matter. You don't need to overthink. You don't need to worry about your problems all the time. But you need to have a plan. And be confident in your plan. Be confident in yourself. A lot of times you don't need to overthink. When a time comes, you'll be able to solve the problem. And sometimes when a time comes, the situation changed. It's no longer a problem. Things only get easy when you do them. You only see the solution when you start walking down that path. Sometimes you can only figure things out when you do it. Solutions don't always just come when you're sitting. Sometimes you have to walk. You don't have to do things to impress people. You don't need to follow certain trends to feel like you fit in. You don't have to wear certain clothes because everyone else is wearing it, because it's trendy. You wear it because you like it, because it's your style, because it suits you. You wear things that make you feel good, that makes you happy, not what makes other people happy. If you want to be happy, you have to do more for yourself. You have to love yourself. And that means treating yourself better and being aware who your friends are and who really has your back. And be yourself. Being yourself is good enough, but it's not just about being yourself. It's about bringing out the best of you. What you have to understand is you're not one-dimensional. There's not just one version of you. There's a funny version, there's a confident version, there's a nervous version, but it's about being the best version of you. You don't have to change who you are at the core, but you can build on top of who you are. You can build on top of that foundation. You can become more capable. That doesn't mean you're not being yourself. You're just being a more capable version of yourself. Stop thinking about your past. If it's not a lesson, it doesn't matter. You only take the lessons that you learn because it's useful to you to become better. You can only work on who you are now to get to where you want to be. True happiness comes from being in the present, being present enough to not take things for granted, to not wait until it becomes a memory to enjoy it. Enjoy it now. We tend to over-exaggerate how difficult things are. We tend to exaggerate how hard tomorrow will be, but you don't need to worry about tomorrow until you get there. Have fun today, because if you're always worried about tomorrow, when are you ever going to enjoy today? You're only going to live a life full of worries. But it doesn't have to be that way. You're in control of your life. You choose whether to get things done or to stay in bed. But a lot of times, when you're not where you want to be, it's because it's not time yet. Getting a college degree takes 4 years. You're not going to get that degree from working hard for 1 year. It's about working hard consistently until you graduate. Even a high school diploma takes 12 years to get. So a lot of things just take time, but it also takes effort. As long as you don't give up, it's possible. You only fail when you give up. There's always a way to succeed. You just gotta figure it out. A lot of times when you're not getting it right, it's because you're doing it wrong. But it's about learning from your mistakes and moving forward until you get it right. You do something enough, you'll get it right. You focus on the right things and you practice doing the same thing over and over again. Eventually you'll become great. But it's up to you to pick that path and not pick the wrong path. To find meaning is to do something that's meaningful to you. To do things that bring you joy, that makes you happy, and work towards a goal that you want to accomplish. You're going to get there as long as you're willing to persevere through the tough times. Because life has its balance. If you want to experience the good, you're going to go through some bad times. There's going to be things that make you sad, make you stressed out, make you feel overwhelmed. But as long as you push through, you will be able to experience the good times. If you want to get to the top, it's going to be difficult because you need to climb. That's why it's called an uphill battle. The higher you get, the tougher it will be. But when you get to the top, you'll be proud of yourself. And you'll be glad that you tried. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have gotten there. We all know we're going to regret the things we didn't do when we get older. But it's not just about knowing. It's about doing something about it. It doesn't have to be that way. It's not just about having that knowledge. It's what you do with that knowledge that determines your success.